friend of mine said, the sooner men realize, understand, and accept the fact that women don't make sense and they're not supposed to make sense, 99% of their problems with women will just vanish.
I find it odd how women want to be taken seriously, but simultaneously they infantilize themselves all the time. Like, they want you to see them. First of all, me preface this by saying I absolutely see women as my equals. That's what I'm saying, right? But I'm saying they want to be taken seriously, but they constantly degrade their own intelligence, right? Like, they said they should be treated as equal in 2025 and this, that, and the third. But then they'll say something like, oh, I'm just a girl. What does that mean? Like, every time they say, oh, I'm such a girl, it's something about them making a joke about how incompetent they are. But why do you associate being a woman with being incompetent? Like, you're degrading yourself. So why are you doing that? Like, what do you mean that once you realize that a woman is a woman and they're not supposed to make sense, so you're just saying that there's no rationale in a woman's mind? Like, you're saying that women are not capable of reason, right? And why would you say that about yourself? To escape accountability for the time being? But all you're doing is putting down women's ability to be taken seriously at all. Let's say all men adopted the mindset of, once you realize that a woman's not supposed to make sense, all your problems will disappear. That means no man will ever take a woman serious in any regard because she doesn't make sense. She's not capable of rationale. She's not capable of being rational.
Did this woman go too far standing on business? I think yes, but I'm gonna let you make your own decision. Wow. So you really went out tonight? Yeah, why? I told you I had dinner plans. Dinner plans with who though? Today's supposed to be our night. 6 months. Jazz, is this? I've been asking all week to go to Red Lobster. I told you Red Lobster ain't really my vibe like that. I wanted to go to something a little bit more elevated. Girl, it's the thought that counts. And we've been together 1.5 years and you rather eat with some old friend than your own man? He is just a friend. Chill. Fur. He invited me to a nice place, and honestly, it felt good to dress up and go somewhere classy for once. So you mean to tell me my money not classy enough for you? I've been working double shifts trying to make tonight special. You being dramatic. Maybe if you stepped your game up, I wouldn't need to look for a good time elsewhere. I don't know what y'all think, because me personally, I think this woman was gaslighting her man into taking her to a fancier place. But that's just me.
I'll probably get hate for this, but it's got to be said. Women want certain men to approach them. Let me explain. I saw a creator on here saying, men, why don't you approach us in the grocery store? Why don't you approach us at Tractor Supply? Why don't you approach us in the wild? Because here's the thing. Men have been trying to do this for decades. What happens? They don't get a positive response. 9 times out of 10, they are going to be shot down. Women want certain men to approach them. How many times do you go on social media and do you see women making videos saying, a man was following me around 3 aisles and he kept looking at me? What if that man thought you were cute and he was trying to work up the courage to talk to you? Yes, there are very bad men in this world, but there are also great men who genuinely want to talk to you. But so many women are unapproachable. You need to look approachable. If you want to be approached by a man, you need to make that blatantly obvious. I was talking to my husband and my cousin about this, and we started talking about, well, what's the solution? I feel like it would make it easier for men to approach women. If you're at an activity, let's just say you like to bowl, you like to axe throw, you like horseback riding, you like to rock climb. It is probably easier for you to approach a woman in those kinds of scenarios because it's an activity and you know that you both like it. You have something in common. Get creative with how you approach women, but women, you need to be approachable. Make eye contact, smile, let them know that you want them to approach you. They don't know. How are they going to know?
I'm good. You want to tell me and Mano a secret? Yes, I actually cheated on my husband, and I was with the guy for 2 years, and he broke up with me because he thought I was cheating with somebody else.
The guy you were cheating with broke up with you?
Yes.
Did he know you were married?
He knew I was married, but at the same time, he thought there was like a third person, which nothing like that happened.
Oof.
I think he just had trust issues because of how me and him started.
No, because he knew that you was a cheater.
Well, maybe.
That's
but
the real
still,
tea.
Was there a third person?
There was not a third person, no.
Okay. So you've never cheated on the person you were cheating with?
No.
Maybe you was
That's
texting
crazy.
another person though, right? You was kind of like having text conversations.
I was not. But the thing is, he tried to ask me to see my phone, and I told him no. So I think that was why he kind of was suspicious about something.
Did he want you to leave your husband?
He did, because we had plans, and we were talking about moving in together this year, and it just never went because he was trying to get me to give him my phone to see what was happening, and I said no.
Wow.
You still with your husband now?
Yes.
Are you still open to cheating?
With him, yes, not with somebody else.
Oh, so you don't want to cheat no more with nobody else?
Are you trying to get back together
No.
with him?
Just asking for a homeboy.
I've been trying because this has been a year now, and we've been talking on and off, but he feels like I hurt him in that way. He feels like there was somebody else, so he feels like he can't move on from that.
So really, you like him better than your husband?
Yes, in a way, yes.
Oh man. Well, maybe you just need to get over him and find somebody else to cheat with.
That's not a bad idea, but I don't want that.
Yeah, think
That's
about
not
it.
Well, thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Stay blessed, cheater.
Men particularly saying that women only like bad boys.
Yes, women do want to like a bad boy
Yeah.
in the sense of like it's hot and you kind of want to be like tossed around. Not every woman wants this, but like there are women who, you know, it's a nice
Yeah.
hot fantasy. But what we really do want in a relationship, what women want in a relationship is a man who is so kind to us and loves us and cherishes us. It's so important to us that we feel like we are loved.
Yeah.
And that we are your priority.
Why do women today expect so much more from men than women did generations ago? That's a good question. I assumed it was because women are more independent and they know it'd be better to stay single than have a partner with no capacity or desire to meet the basic needs that any relationship requires to survive. What? I thought we were talking about expectations. Right. Feels like we're gonna need the clipboard for this one. Where are you hiding clipboards? Okay, hit me with some unreasonable expectations. Okay. Well, you know as well as I do, they're expecting so much more emotional garbage from us now. Okay. Women want the bare minimum levels of intimacy and connection. What else? They're always complaining about the mutual chores and the labor. Listen, I don't care if the dishes get done. Okay. Equality and shared responsibility. Anything else? Men were just more free back in the day. If they wanted to go to the bar, they went to the bar. Didn't have to be a big deal. Okay. Women don't want to be neglected or overlooked anymore. So needy. We can't even like and follow half-naked pictures of models online without getting an earful about it. Women want a partner with integrity that they can actually trust. And don't even get me started if, God forbid, we have a fight together. Oh. She wants us to take turns speaking, trying to understand, validate, and empathize with each other's experience. I'm sorry, what? Oh my gosh, women want mutual respect. What has this world come to? She wants me to set aside time in the day to talk to her about my day and my feelings and stuff. Basic communication skills. She wants me to hug her instead of just groping her. I'm sorry, beggars can't be choosers. I believe they call that one affection. I just don't get it. I don't understand how you can't see how unfair it is for men out here. Yeah, I'm seeing something all right. I think we're the problem.
If I'm in a romantic relationship with a woman and she comes home and starts telling me about something that's upsetting to her, that she doesn't want what my male friends want. Like if I called a buddy of mine, if I called you, I've called you before. If I called you and I said, Steven, I'm having this problem, man. I'm dealing with one of my sons and he's doing X, Y, and Z. If you went, that must be very hard, Jim. I'd be like, yes, it is, Steven. That's why I called you. Do you have any suggestions? Like, what do you think I should do here? Like, you're a smart guy. I called you because I wanted you to help me. Very often, that is the opposite. Most women want you to hear them, give them some support. You guys can have this conversation. A couple can have this conversation. You can say, hey, listen, right now in this moment, you're not coming to me with a problem. But when you come to me with a problem, my natural proclivity is to start throwing solutions. And I've learned maybe that's not the best way. Do you find that's true? Like, do you want me to maybe, like, when you say these things, could I? Because again, this is a job. I want to be good at this job. Why is it wrong for me to ask you how can I be better at this job?
You know, I think we have too many panda bears. I think there was a video in there on, it was by this guy, Jimmy, on relationships or something like that. And he was talking about, you know, shared house or shared domestic duties, household chores, stuff like that. And it's like, oh, you know, so they want equality, you know, shared labor and stuff like that. It's not really shared labor, is it? Because if the man go, like you say for instance, you say, oh man, well, you're living in the house too. You need to wash your own clothes. Okay. Oh, well, you're eating in the house too. You need to clean your own plate. You need to clean up after yourself, right? I'm not going to be doing that for you. You're the only one that drives that car. Okay. So that's what you need to be doing. You need to be servicing that car. What you was doing it when you were strong and independent and you didn't have nobody. So you're going to have to do that now. But they don't want to do that. They want to leave that to the man. When you was doing your thing alone and you was single, you took out the trash. You broke down the boxes. So you're going to be doing that now. So it's not really shared, right? Number one. Number two, oh, well, you know, we want, you know, emotional. Basically, you want me to be more available, emotional stuff. See, it's always centered around what the woman wants. And you want to make it seem like, oh, we're just asking for equality. But you're actually asking for a little bit more of a position. Back in, you know, traditional day, women were looked at in a certain way. Well, we don't like that part. We like this part over here where they were treated like princesses and chivalry. We like that part. But we want to get rid of the part that we deem is terrible. We don't like that part. That's essentially what you're doing. Right now, oh, you mean when men beat on women? No, because not all men were doing that. That's what y'all like to do. We're not going to do that. But that's what modern women are doing. They're wanting men to do more. Basically, okay, since we've gone out here and gotten degrees, we want you to kind of step up and do what we do so we can, because we see that as equal. It doesn't matter if you're making 100K being a truck driver or something like that. That doesn't matter. I still see you as uneducated. So you need to step up to where I am. But I have a bigger house than you. It doesn't matter. I'm still educated in gender studies or something like that. So I'm still better than you. Come up to my level.
Now, you hear a lot about unrealistic beauty standards, but you don't hear nearly enough about the unrealistic personality standards that women have to live up to.
Bingo.
Every time you turn on the TV, you see women in films reacting stoically, controlling emotions, staying calm in high-pressure situations.
Doing math?
Giving men the false impression that this is somehow what they should be expecting from a woman's personality.
Whether that's Kristen Ritter not wanting to talk about her feelings in Jessica Jones, or Charlize Theron's short, concise, data-driven answers to questions in Mad Max, I don't think these filmmakers realize or care about the harm they are doing by asking women to live up to those unattainable, emotional, and storytelling ideals.
I had a friend come up to me recently complaining that his date took forever to get ready. They missed the previews. Then she started crying as if this is some abnormal event. I had to grab the guy and say, Dave, I don't know what you saw in Girl with a Dragon Tattoo, but this is what a woman looks like without having her personality airbrushed by Hollywood.
That's why I so much appreciate what they are doing on The View.
Yes.
Personality, positivity, showing what a real woman looks like completely unshackled from whether statistics or evidence even remotely lines up with the points they are making.
I want to also applaud the makers of The View for just putting their raw, undesirable personalities out there, flaws and all, so men can see a realistic depiction of what to expect from a woman.
Begin transmission.
Here we go. Men, you guys are trying to get worldly women to submit to you, and that's why it's not working. I mean, a wife that submits to her husband is actually just submitted to the Lord. A lot of you guys are chasing after money because you believe you'll get submission that way, but when a woman truly has a reverence for God, truly fears the Lord, and wants to walk in obedience with God, she'll submit to her husband because she respects God's order and design of things. See, it's a choice to submit. It's not natural. Actually, our nature is to rebel. So the reason why you have a rebellious woman is because she's living in her nature, she's living in flesh, she's living in sin, but a woman who has to that and has been born again and raised up by the Lord, she will be submissive because she respects God. And a woman that respects God first will respect her husband Submission is a choice. Everyone chooses to submit. You're choosing to submit to God. You're choosing to follow God every day. God has given us that free will. And so a lot of human nature chooses not to have an upper authority, but that Satan has convinced us that our freedom is to rebel and not to submit to an upper authority. So your woman is doing what human beings do. And then you're trying to get her to do something where she doesn't even respect God. A woman that says, I don't want to submit to the Bible and all these rules. And then you want her to submit to you? She don't even follow a rule book. She can't read the Bible without getting in her emotions and feeling like it's oppression. So why would she submit to you? She would feel oppressed doing so. A lot of these men are searching for heavenly wisdom, heavenly discipline from a woman in the world. You are attracting women that serve two gods, that have Christian quotes in her bio, but also eat at the table with demons. She at the club getting drunk till 3 a.m.
So if you had 15 minutes with me, what would you do?
Probably get to know you more, like as a friend and stuff like that.
Okay. If you had 15 minutes with me, what would you do?
Same thing. Probably pray.
Pray. Okay. Do you want to pray?
You want to pray?
Can you say a prayer?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Ready? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time. We thank you for this day, oh God. We just ask now, Father, that you just begin to touch your daughter, oh God. You touch her mind, her heart, body, and soul, Father. We thank you, Father, for bringing us here to this day right now in this moment, Father. We praise you, we honor you, and we bless your most holy name. In Jesus' mighty name, I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Men, stop simping. Stop simping. Yes, truth. The moment you start begging for attention, you've already lowered your value. Stop chasing after people who no send your papa. Stop chasing after people that are not chasing you. Stop sending paragraph after paragraph to someone that will reply you with just one word. Okay, cool, yeah, okay, you, fine. A man with purpose don't run after validation. He focuses on his goals, his money, his health, and his future. The rest come along. If someone wants to be with you, they will make an effort. They'll bring peace into your life. Respect yourself enough to walk out from one-sided situationship or relationship, whatever you're doing, your business. Know your worth and move accordingly. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and most especially, stay dangerous. Peace out, man.
I had already found out that my wife was actively cheating on me, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't the guy that she was texting before. It was the man that she was actually sleeping with behind my back. Okay. I had found out, and there was a few weeks where she's trying to make it work, but then she's still hiding away. She's still hiding messages. She's still talking to him. It's this back and forth where she's like, I don't want to lose you, Zach, but I have feelings for this guy. Okay. I am just so completely numb. For 3 months, I was numb. I didn't know what to do. Okay?
Right.
You've been in that position, you can 100% agree. Right? In hindsight, when you're going to hear this, what I'm about to share with you, you're going to be like, why the did you not just leave?
Oh man, how bad does this get?
Guys, trust me. It's part of the reason why I still have a hard time forgiving myself. And I beat myself up. Why I work so hard with my job and at the gym. Okay? I get it. So, I knew where this guy lived. I knew that that's where she was going on the weekends. When she would lie to me and say, hey, I'm going out with my friends to do this.
Right.
Right? And she would not give me her location. Right? But I already knew where this guy lived. I knew exactly how she was lying to me when she say I'm going to a bar to downtown Dallas to be with my friend, this chick, right? Whoever it was. I'm not going to name them. But I knew she was lying to me. Okay? So I would drive to his house and I would see her car parked out front.
Mm-hmm.
And I would park there and I would get on my phone and I would call. I would text, and all she would do is lie, block. But she had no idea that I knew where she was.
No way.
And I would sit there I would sit there waiting. And I had these two things, these two train of thought, right? These two paths in my head that I couldn't believe what my wife was doing. Then I'm actively seeing what she's doing to me. And unless you've been in a situation like this, you don't get it. It's this back and forth, like, I can't believe it. Oh, she's really doing that. I cannot believe it. This woman I would lay my life down for is another man and lying to me. That's the lowest my self-respect has ever gone in my life.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in, he won't look at anyone. Literally no one is approachable anymore, no one looks at each other, everyone's heads down, and no one's smiling or just seems happy. Literally no one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? I feel like I give off the most approachable vibes. I'm always smiling, looking pleasant, not looking at my phone, I don't wear my headphones. Literally never once. I've never been approached. Get this, I was talking to a guy I matched with on Cuffed. We were talking on the phone, had the best conversation ever. Ghost me. He literally ghosts me. Just now, if you have like a really good phone call with a guy you matched with on a dating app like Raya, Cuffed, Tinder, or whatever, I guess you just ghost them immediately. It's funny though, like on the phone when we were talking, I asked him if he like ever approaches a girl at a bar or in the street, and he was like, no, God, no. So I guess maybe that was just a red flag. That men forget that they literally have the power in the situation, so that's why everyone's single.
I think a lot of men still believe that women are mainly looking for a provider, when in reality, a lot of women are already providing for themselves now. We have our own money, we have our own career, we have our own apartment. But what a lot of women are actually craving isn't just a man who can pay for things, it's a man who knows how to listen, a man with emotional intelligence. A man who can communicate and understand nuance and actually make a woman feel seen. Because you can be with a man who does everything right on paper, but if he doesn't understand you on a deeper level, you're still gonna feel lonely in that relationship. And I think this is where a lot of women go wrong in dating, because they prioritize the surface level traits. Status, money, confidence, chemistry, but they don't stop early enough to ask, does this person actually understand me? Can he hold emotional depth? Does he know how to listen without making everything about himself? Because if you don't prioritize that early on, you can easily end up in a relationship where you're deeply misunderstood. And I don't think that's talked about enough. A provider's great, but being emotionally safe with someone, being deeply understood by someone, those are the things that actually determine the quality of the relationship.
You can tell when a lot of these modern women start talking, they don't really know what provision is. They don't really know what protection is. Women said we have our own money, we have our own career. It's kind of the same thing because you're getting money from your career. So you have your own money, which is going to come from your career, hopefully. But you know, with you guys, you never know. We have our own apartments, as any good adult would. You guys are so short-sighted and small-minded that you think buying an apartment or renting an apartment and having a job is providing for yourself. I mean, technically it is, I guess, but that shows how little you know about what protection and provision is. And really, honestly and truly, protection and provision on the man's part is very ambiguous. Modern women, they give you a list of 50 things and then they say, well, you know, turns out I need this. So as a part of the upgrade, the provision upgrade, I need you to add this to your repertoire and start doing that. And then they'll do the same thing for protection and provision. Either or. Whatever I feel is needed to protect me right now, then that's what we're going to do. Whatever I feel is needed to provide for me, that's what we're going to do.
2 years ago, I went on a date with this super nerdy guy from work because he kept offering to take me to dinner, and I was hungry. He works in IT, he has money, but he's not my type. Not at all. He took me to this fancy spot and he splurged on dinner. I listened to him talk about work, but I didn't talk much. I was eating. Also, I made eye contact with a sexy guy sitting across from us at the bar. My date went to the bathroom. The sexy guy approached me and said, "Join me for dessert?" I left with him. I never did anything like that before. Best lay ever. The following Monday, I apologized to my coworker and told him I had an allergic reaction to dinner and had to leave. My coworker, I know where you went. He's my friend. You failed the character test. I felt like, but whatever. A few months later, IT guy dates the new girl at work. Flowers on her desk, lunch deliveries, cute private conversations and meetings. One day we had a huge storm. I watched him fetch her car and pull up to the front door so she didn't have to walk in the rain.
Yep.
He's giving her a soft life. I deserve this.
No, you don't.
He's dressing better and looking better.
Yep.
They had an engagement party. I wasn't invited. Wedding plans are set. Other coworkers are invited, but not me.
Yep.
Here's the thing. I've grown since that night we went out, and I see what a good man I could have had. How do I get back with him before he gets married to this girl? He chose me first.
No.
I know he still wants me.
He does not. He does not, woman. Move on.
Let that go.
Yep.
He don't want you.
Yep. You chose your bed, and you don't even get to lay in it.
That's why men are walking away from women. Not out of spite, not out of hatred, out of self-preservation. Because the state of modern women today means the juice is no longer worth the squeeze. Why? Because they compromise peace instead of multiplying it. They bring noise when a man wants calm. They bring conflict when a man wants clarity. And for men in their 30s and beyond, peace is the empire worth defending. Let's talk about the state of modern women. They've been shaped by culture, by social media, by a system that feeds them endless attention they were never supposed to have. And what does that attention create? Inflated egos, unrealistic expectations, endless insecurity. A woman today is flooded with more validation in a single day, than her grandmother got in an entire lifetime.
It's so hard having a good man when your cycle's coming and you want to be crazy. This man is getting on my nerves and he's not even doing anything. And he's being extra nice. He's gonna go get me some food right now. And I told myself, I gotta get it together. Get it together. By the time he goes and gets that food and come back, I better have a smile on my face. Attitude. But I can't help it. It's my hormones.
Now listen, this is great, all right? This is perfect because finally there's a woman telling the truth. All we need for y'all is to tell us. I don't know if you're a man, if he's seen this video, but see, usually the problem in relationships is they never share this sentiment with us. They just get mean and dangerous and aggressive. And I'm just wondering, like, if any women out there, I'm just telling y'all, if y'all can come to this same conclusion and then just tell us, and we'll be cool. We'll be like, all right. But y'all try to make it seem like it's our fault, like we did something, and we trying to figure out what we done did now. You know, all the good men, all the toxic men, they know they done did something wrong, so they actually don't care. But that's what y'all like, though.
I think nice guys finish last.
I'd say they don't even get a spot in the race.
No, I think nice guys win at a certain time and at a certain age.
That sounds like they do finish last with extra wording.
I think it takes a nice guy, good foundation, and then meeting a girl at that time who's like, I'm looking for certain qualities for the rest of my life.
I wanted to make this video to try and translate this message to women. This is how a man will interpret this. He has to wait his turn while you go off and have all these different relationships with other men. Because what he offers right now, which may be a good foundation, is not something she's accommodating on her current relationship timeline. During this time, she'll have an endless string of possibly bad relationships with plenty of drama and toxicity. When you're finally done playing games, you're going to show up on his doorstep with an endless baggage of trauma for him to unravel and deal with. I've sometimes heard women say, if you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. This is kind of a similar scenario. You didn't want him back then, so can you see how unfair it is to expect him to want you now? A relationship forming is only dependent on when it suits her.
Last night, out of nowhere, he brought up prenups. He said it very concrete. Like, if I ever get married, I definitely want a prenup. You never know how things turn out. Like, he's already planning for a marriage to fail, you know, before
Wait. No, I don't think that's what he's setting up. I think what he's trying to do is make sure that we can have our minds ready for he's probably thinking about, I don't want to spoil any surprises, but, going that next level with you. But he also wants to make sure that you're on the same page for this big conversation. And a prenup does not mean that you are expecting the relationship to end.
That is exactly what it means.
No, it's saying that if in case things happen, because you don't know what may happen 10 years down the line, at least we have this and keeps everybody safe if it were to end.
No, but then, that makes me feel like he's going into this whole thing. If he's thinking about things ahead of what I'm thinking about them, he's going into it thinking of me like a risk and not a partner. He's already planning for me to be somebody that could potentially hurt him.
I think women today don't understand the concept of settling. When you settle for someone, it's when a man does not meet or a woman does not meet your standards. Standards are minimal requirements. Like on a job, it is the minimum requirements in order to get the job. We've confused the concept of standards and preferences. So only dating men that are 6 feet and higher is not a standard, it's a preference. You don't need a 6-foot man. Or if you're dating a redhead and you prefer a blonde, blondes are preferences, not a standard. You prefer a millionaire and the guy makes 6 figures, being with a millionaire may be your preference. Again, not a standard. So when women say, I had to settle with an average guy, what's wrong with that? What is average anyway anymore? Are we defining average because he doesn't have a huge following on social media? Or he doesn't drive a Lamborghini truck? Our warped understanding of what standards are is what's keeping us single. There are great men out here. You just overlooking them.
Are you going to rate everybody at the table with your own rating?
Typically, I don't rate people.
Okay.
The only time I would is if you guys were like, yeah, that's totally fine, do it.
Do it.
Do it?
Yeah.
You're like a 4. I think probably 7.5, I want to say. 7.5. Maybe 7.75. I give you a...
Rip it like a Band-Aid. Keep it cute and rip it like a Band-Aid.
A 1.75.
Okay. That's your opinion.
You like a 3.54. Maybe I need to downgrade my rating. I don't know. The face is good. There's symmetry. There's good harmony there. I think you're like a 5. Give you maybe 5.5. What did I think I said?
At a 5.5 as well.
5.5. Okay. 4.5. 4. 5.25 to 5.5.
I just had a guy ask me out on a coffee date. I'm sorry, I don't drink coffee, but even if I did, I wouldn't go on the date because I feel like I'm more of an investment than a coffee date.
Right.
I just think that that's very high school. And I don't like it. And when I try to explain in the nicest way that why I'm not interested, he's trying to give me other ideas that's basically on the same level as coffee. Like, let's go to ice cream. Let's go to a bakery. I'm not a sweets person. Not a bakery person. I'm a lunch and dinner person. So take me out to lunch and dinner. He's like, but what if we don't click? And then I spent all this money on an expensive dinner and, you're just going to walk away from my life. I never said it had to be an expensive dinner, but I like dinner. I don't like dessert. I am a high value woman. I am a classy lady. I'm not trying to go to an ice cream or dessert shop. I don't even like that stuff. So I just feel like I just basically said we're not compatible. And he was like, fine, bye. He got so upset. But I'm like, I don't understand why guys do this. But whatever. Am I wrong? Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong.
Modern women are going to ruin themselves talking about I don't go on a coffee date because I'm more of an investment. Yes, a coffee date would be an investment. You are there to get to know somebody. You are investing your time into getting to know somebody. You guys want to put a premium on y'all's time, but the man don't even know you. Well, I feel like my time is worth this. Based on what? Even if you have a good job, what are you making, $25 an hour? So yes, I can take you out to coffee for $25 an hour. I could see if you had a whole bunch of stuff in the tank, you know, and I'm not saying that $25 is bad. I'm just saying, you know, my time is, I could be working right now. So time is money. What can you offer me? $50 to take you out for a couple hours. $50. And that's where you stop. And if you say, man, you know what? I'll do 3 hours. I'll do 3 hours. So I come get you, bring you to where we at, we eat or whatever, and then I take you back. That should be 3 hours. So $75 for your time. $75 plus whatever I'm going to get, $20. You end off the day with under $100. Modern women are going to look at that and they're going to, oh man, you know, that's not enough. It is enough. You're just overinflating what you're actually worth.
You're not understanding my.
This girl's literally twerking on the car, bro. Wait, what goes through your mind when you start twerking on a car?
I'm just like, hey.
Your first impulse is just to start twerking?
Kind of.
Just like a girl's trip?
Yeah.
Just out here being a hoe?
No, we're out here having fun.
Wait, yo, cameraman, get off a rain bed.
We're not out here being a hoe. We're having fun.
So you were saying twerking out in public isn't being a hoe?
Twerking is not dedicated to being a hoe.
You're right. It's more like being a slut.
Men are lustful. Men always like to look at bodies that they can't control themselves.
Maybe.
So I know I'm
because some hoes out here. No, I'm gonna preach to you.
I am the father.
You're a woman. You can't preach. You're a woman. You're a woman. You can't preach. What would men lust after if you weren't out here twerking in the street?
That's your problem. You're not understanding my accent. You're not understanding.
You're the problem.
See,
you're the problem.
You're attracted to our spots.
You're the problem. I'm not attracted to any of y'all. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Much love, bro.
Sweetheart, women are way more lonelier than men. This is why women stay in toxic relationships, because they're afraid to be alone. I will always use this photo as a reference photo. Like there is a woman who had a baby with this. Okay? Was in a relationship, cheated on her and everything, according to her. And I pulled this picture off of Twitter when someone went viral talking about post your baby daddy so we could fight him. And people in the comments were like, oh no, honey, delete this photo, because you let this get on top of you, put a baby up in you and play in your face. Now, some of the jokes was like, can he cook? Did he gain weight after y'all got together? But no, like, women are way more lonely. That's why they share peen with the neighborhood. This is why they stay in relationships knowing that this dude will never amount to, will never be. This is why they will let a guy drive her car, have access to her bank account, live in her house rent free, don't even contribute to the relationship. She's paying all of the bills, because women are way more lonely. And so they settle. Hence, their standards is in with the bar, because they're the ones who set the bar. Also, I've never seen a man come up on TikTok boo-hooing and crying, talking about they're turning 30 and they want some friends and they ain't got no friends. Do you know how many videos I've seen of women doing that? Oh, I lost count. But I've never seen a man be snotting, tearing up, talking about they don't have any friends and they wish they could have some friends because they're turning 30 and they don't want to spend their 30th birthday alone. So once again, that male loneliness epidemic is a lie. But the female loneliness epidemic, there's a lot of credence to that. There's a lot of facts and truth to that, because it's all over TikTok.
I just went for a 5.5 mile run and I'm wearing a sports bra and shorts. And I went into the grocery store to get some chicken just because I don't have any food at home. And this employee was staring at me. I'm not even kidding, the entire time. Even when I looked at him and made eye contact with him back, he continued to look at me. I've never felt so uncomfortable. And this is what sucks about being a woman, is like you can't do anything without people staring at you. Like, I'm sorry that I went for a run.
The fact that you went out for the run half naked and then you're mad that you walk into a store and guys are looking at you, give me a freaking break. First of all, you're not mad. You're not mad. You want the attention. You want them to look at you, and then you want to bitch about it in a video. Like, this is the plight of women. Go running in some sweatpants and a sweatshirt, honey. Problem solved. Why do you got to be all naked? Oh, well, it's hot out and I'm running. Okay, a pair of baggy shorts and a t-shirt. There's so many different outfits you could choose to go for a run in that wouldn't make guys be like, oh, is that a buck rock? Ooh, it's bouncing, right?
Y'all keep on getting married at a size 4 and a size 6. And then y'all turn into a size 18, 20, 22, whatever them sizes be, and think you ain't gonna get cheated on. Getting fat is a deal breaker, especially if that man is not getting fat. If you are married to somebody who is health conscious and he go to the gym, and now after y'all been married and you done had a couple kids, and now you super big and fat and he's still in the gym every day, no ma'am, you're gonna get cheated on. I mean, I know that's an unpopular statement to make, but, and I know everybody's not a cheater. However, ma'am, he's attracted to what he was attracted to when he met you. Just because y'all married does not give you permission to just let yourself go. It doesn't. You better go to the gym, because guess who in the gym? That size 4 and that size 6. And they chit-chatting over weights. She gonna get f***ed and you gonna get cheated on.
Men don't approach women here. They want us to chase them, which is so crazy to me. Even, I don't really go out too often, but when I do, barely do men come up to me and like offer to talk to me or offer to have a conversation. So I don't know what is in the air in California. If you're a guy and you're not coming up to a woman and talking to her and asking her, my friends are laughing at me, to have a conversation for like half an hour and then make a plan, you're doing it wrong. And then you're the one complaining that girls, my friends are making fun of me, that girls don't step up to the plate and aren't the woman that you want, but you're actually not a traditional man, so change it up.
I thought you had a man, though.
I do, and I'm single until I'm married. Unless you bring in something more than my man can bring me.
What you mean by that?
Everything is negotiable.
So basically, he pay all your bills, he do everything.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
I mean, he sounds like a pretty good guy then.
I know he is. It's a shame.
What you mean?
That's the law. I didn't make the rules. I need to make sure I have a monthly allowance. Like, what? Yes, what you thought?
A monthly allowance?
Absolutely. We're going to discuss that first and foremost, and then we're going to break down the other requirements.
What's the other requirements you're talking about?
It's going to be paying for my tuition. It's going to be startup costs associated with my business.
I got to do all those things?
Yes, absolutely, and more. I just got started.
But why you can't pay your own bill?
I would when I don't have to. Like, I have the power. Like, the cards are in my hands.
That's what you really think, huh?
That's what I know. That's why my bills are paid.
I like to travel. What you like to do?
I love to travel.
You do?
Yes. So where we going, Dubai?
I think you could travel and get the out my car.
Oh! I'll tell you guys how bitter baby moms are made, right? Usually when the pair breaks up, right, the woman moves on first. She wants to make her baby dad jealous. So she gets in a relationship thinking he cares about it. He really don't give a about it. He cares about maybe his kids or whoever she brings around the children. That's usually what the men care about. But she thinks she's making him jealous by being in a relationship. That don't work out and she just keeps on getting with different men, right? But he never gets in a relationship. So in her head, you know what I'm saying, he's not finding nobody, you know, better than her. That's in her head. But in his head, he's just enjoying life because he's been in a relationship for a long time. Boom. While she's going through men, usually when he's ready and he finds the one that he thinks is worthy of his time, oh my God, she can't stand it. She's like, hold on, I wasn't even making him jealous the whole time, and he was just using his time, you know, wisely, finding the right person. Boom, he moves on and he finds somebody who actually is way better than you, every way, shape, or form, and now you can't handle it. So now you become a crash out, and the only way to get him back is to hold his kid behind. That's where bitter baby moms are at in this world. Tighten up.
Women say they want a traditional man, but they don't want to be a traditional woman. These feminist women want a man who validates them, not a man who corrects them and holds them to a higher standard. The truth is, most women these days aren't even qualified for the man they say they want. They want a man to provide, protect, and sacrifice, but they don't want to reciprocate in a relationship. They don't want to cook, they don't want to clean, they don't want to stay home and raise children. They put their career over having a family. They're not traditional women, but they still expect a man to do all the traditional things.
Last week, I just finished my workout and I was walking out of the gym and this guy like runs after me. I got my headphones in. It's like 7 a.m. This was one of my 5 a.m. workouts. He runs down, he like taps me on the shoulder. He's like, hey, I saw you working out. I think you're really cute. And I was like, thanks. Like, first of all, bless. That's my 5 a.m. workout, okay? Your girl was not working with the rest stuff. But then he's like, you know, what's your name? And I was like, listen, thank you so much, but I'm married. And he was nice about it. He was like, okay, yeah, you know, that's all right. And walks away. But I was like, I went home and I was talking to my husband about it, and I was like, I knew that man had intention for me. So he didn't get a single piece of me. Like, I'm not opening the door to have him come up to me in the mornings at the gym to be like, hey, Ashley, good morning. That door's closed. Like, I'm married. I water my own grass. My lawn is immaculate. And for all the wives, all the partners, husbands too, I guess, like, what's your stance on this? If you knew somebody had intention for you, would you have still given your name?
Those guys cannot afford American women. Those guys who look overseas for women and want a wife cannot afford American women. After about 2 to 5 months, you're gonna realize that you're not living a life of luxury. You're actually living with someone who everyone else rejected. You're going to figure that out quick, because I've done consultations with green card wives. They needed an escape plan. They get you here, they get you your little green card, and then they tell you need to go find a job to help them. Okay? They're going to be like, oh, I love you, let's get married, da, da, da. As soon as you're able to work, guess what? You got to go work. You ain't going to be sitting here looking cute. You going straight to work to help them pay for their bills. Okay? They just got an indentured server. Don't think this because somebody from America want you finna come live the life of luxury, because they want you to come work for them and pay half their bills because they can't get an American woman.
You know, modern women, they really don't understand how much the passport brothers are running laps around them. Well, they can't have an American woman. They could, actually. They just don't want to deal with the attitude. Now, obviously, once again, you have to go to the passport pros and say, hey, man, when you go over to a different country, as with anything else, you can go to a different city. You can go to a different state. Wherever you're at, be aware of your surroundings. That shouldn't have to be said, but it does for some of these guys. But when a man goes over there to another country or overseas and he finds somebody that he likes, a lot of times these ladies are giving respect. And if they don't give respect, you can just move on. But you don't have to pay an arm and a leg to some of these ladies, or else you're going to sit right where you are. That's what's happening in China. They're trying to get men to pay higher, exorbitant prices, and they really don't bring anything that a man wants. That's why men are going around a lot of these American ladies, a lot of these modern women. Because I'm going to make this investment, I'm going to pay a lot of money, and I'm not going to get anything that I want.